Some of the pieces that you see up on stage today aren't necessarily practical for everyone in your shop, but what I hope to be able to do for you all is to share some of the concepts, and maybe some of them will resonate, and these concepts can be carried over into everyday work. Creating signature styles for your shop can help put you in a niche in your marketplace. The twisted wattle is something that I never would have found had it not been for the eyes of the wholesaler finding me that really neat new product that we don't see very much. And the twisted wattle is what you see here, this sort of naked vine. And I'm going to start with the piece here behind me, and I call this Balance. I don't know if you can see from there, but I've used Ceridium submerged on the metallic wire inside of the base, which is really fun to do for party work. What I've done is I've bought the sheets of the 2-inch styrofoam, the hard green foam that you get at the wholesalers. And then Ben was so wonderful to craft the discs for me. He just cut the discs out, the circular shapes. And what we did to attach them to this is Lomi pedestals. You guys all are probably familiar with the Lomi pedestal. I used the large Lomi pedestal, and we pan glued it to the foam, and then I just bound stems all around that. Then this, of course, is covered with Solisle, and the green corsage pins are what's holding it on, and it makes it very decorative and embellishes it a bit more. We've taken an 8-inch Oasis sphere and cut it in half and wood picked it. And if you take the wood picks and insert them at angles, it will hold better instead of just sticking them in straight. And then we did a beautiful pave of Forge Unique roses. I've created a juxtaposition with the thick and supple succulents that are around it. I just think it's sort of an interesting texture to explore. And of course, to add some extra drama, just another dimension and another element to this is the curly willow up on top. And we've got the metallic wire holding the votives, which is a really simple technique. I know a lot of us have probably sat there for hours putting the ribbon onto the votive candles. This goes really quickly. You just use one of the votive candles as your form, and you can have them all pre-made and laid out in a box, and when you get to your event, you just start attaching them and you just pop them right in. The Bells of Ireland, we gave them a blunt cut because I think when you start talking about architectural design, a lot of it really is about making bold horizontal and vertical lines. And I really wanted a really bold horizontal and vertical line with this piece because I sort of think of this piece as like a landscape with a cityscape. And the landscape to me is kind of this wild down below. It's the trees and everything that's blooming and just growing. And then, you know, as we get to like the smaller buildings and some of the skyscrapers, this is how I interpret this piece, and Dove really helped me with that, so thank you very, 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 very much with that. The manzanita is a protected tree. You are not allowed, in California, you're not allowed to cut manzanita. You can pick up fallen branches, and the only place really in California that you can cut manzanita is the Indians on the Indian reservations. They have that right to cut the manzanita. So it's a rare, beautiful, to me it's like the king of the branches right now. It's just really, really beautiful. Fashion dictates what we do. Architecture dictates what we do. Home decor. So if you carry something a little out of the norm, I think it's an exciting departure for a planter. The color groupings are a really great way to get across the sculptural look. I know you guys have probably all been seeing the color groupings. I think for everyday work, it really makes the blooms stand out on their own. They have a voice when they're together, and they make a statement. And this container is about balance. It's about the juxtaposition of the shapes. And really, you don't have to do a whole lot in the base. You would want to keep it simple. Simple to me in this vase is better because you could mess it up and you don't even notice the base then. So I'm hoping that, I know I've got some huge pieces up on stage, and again I'm hoping that what you guys take out of it is maybe being able to take one or two things and just tweak it and do something different and offer something different and talk about it with your customers. Let them know that we are artists. We're not just tradesmen. And when we elevate ourselves to that level, that people respect what we do, and we have a lot more opportunities to sell some really different things in our shops.